Today is the 6th day of December. I just want to reflect on the election that I just went through. When I told my people, you see, the reason I got into this was because I have passion for Abaco, passion for my people. And I still have that passion. I still have what they call political clout, meaning that I could run on my own name, no ticket, no political ticket, and still got numbers. And it's amazing. I told y'all that in North Abaco, we haven't had any representation in 30 odd years. It used to hurt me because I know the rules of election, I know representation, and the system that we're under. You cannot go a month in England without having a meeting within your district. These people that only don't have a meeting in your district, there is money to have an office open, there's money for secretary. They take that, they don't go. Look at Abaco now. Abaconians, you get the government you deserve. You got the representation. I saw some of my basketball boys. I was taking them all my life. They didn't have to pay for a ticket. They didn't have to pay for shoes. I've never bought $100 tennis for myself in my life. But I ended up paying $150 for tennis for my boys. Never bought one for myself. And I bought them for 20 guys. Never had to pay for food. Never had to pay for plane ticket. Never had to pay for hotel. Everything was all of Kai Mills' pocket. Come up to the election. Say, Kai, you've done well by us, but I going with the F&M. I said that's another example of Renato Curry. Leadership is not in the party. Leadership is in the individual. You have to have some sort of track record of doing well in your community. Well, our MP came in, my classmate, my cousin Darren Henfield, no track record, 35 years of nothing. And guess what happened? Nothing's still happening. Let me tell you one thing right now. Everybody in Abaco knows if Kai Mills was the member of parliament, not only the member of parliament, watch this one. Darren Henfield happened to be the minister responsible for international affairs. He has international connection from every country. He's probably been to every country already, every major country. He is the minister. And to date, we haven't got 50 sheets of plywood, water shield, shingles, nothing to help rebuild. 4 months in. Kai could have done it. Kai still probably could do it. But my mother, oh, I miss her. And I remember the words that she said. She said, Kai, they got to catch hell. Let them catch eternal hell. And maybe after catching so much hell, after 35 years of catching hell, maybe they'll catch some. Remind me of the children 40 years in the desert. This Abaco, we got on 40 years now. We had 15, 30 years of Hubert Ingram. This guy never promoted nobody in Abaco to nothing. Never gave any people a piece of property. And the amazing thing when I went to run is that most of these people live in North Abaco doesn't have any deeds to their property. Me and my good friend run all through, and I thank God for people like Perry Dose, Greg Gomez that stood with me. They recognize what y'all recognize in Abaco, that I have some leadership qualities. But they say all the negative stuff. In politics, I already knew that. You could do 99.5% of the stuff right. That half percentage that they perceive, man, they got no brain, but they perceive that 0.5% you did wrong. So they're going to forget the 99.5% goodwill, and they're going to hamper, and they're going to beat on that 0.5 percentage point. That is not Abaco. That is Abaconian. Well, now, what do you have? James Albury, Darren Henfield. Let's put the PLP nominees inside there. They were chief counselor for how long? The longest serving chief counselor that did nothing and still doing nothing and can't say nothing. They told me one time ago, the pastor said, in order to make a decision, you got to sit at the table. Wow. I said, that pastor ain't as sharp as he think he is. Kai sharper than him. You could sit at the table much as you like, pastor, but if you ain't got nothing between your head, between these two ears, if only you got up here, it's blood and pus, you ain't got no internal fortitude, you ain't got no heart as a lion, big cojones, you might as well don't be at the table. How many are at the table at the host assembly, and they ain't saying nothing? How many ministers in the government today, and they ain't got no internal fortitude? But this is the thing that bothers me, being from Abaco, staying in Abaco, trying to relocate, is that the Prime Minister, Darren and James went to all the area, had meetings. They went to Greenhill Key, Guana Key, Manawa Key, Hopetown. But they have not had any meeting in the biggest constituency that was affected: Marsh Harbour, Dundastown, Murphytown, and Central Pine. That area was exploded by Dorian, and our ministers, prime minister, MPs haven't had a meeting with their constituents. Who y'all think y'all representing? Y'all represent the people. And guess what? If you re-elect them in this time of need, if they can't help you now, when can they help you? I was in Abaco the other day, and they're still bringing in trailers and trailers of wires and fence the mud in. When Kai would say, those defense force officers down there at the Yama building, why fence the place in? It's open field now. Put a road straight through, let the defense force patrol through there. Guess how much you would have saved? $7 million. $7 million you're planning on fencing and bulldozing. That $7 million could have gone to the people that is most affected. Then they add injury to insult. All the trailers that they have there, all the workers, government workers are from Abaco. They refuse to give them. My girl from National Insurance was sleeping on the floor as the manager of National Insurance had no trailer. But everybody that came in to say they help us, they were all trailered up. How could this be that Abaconians that work for the government have no trailer, but every other person that came there to say they're helping, they're just watching to see what they could take with the overtime and all the monetary fund? That's what they do. They're watching to see what they could take. They don't give a hell about Abaconians nor the government. You think Darren Henfield couldn't make sure that his people that were in these government agencies that work for him to make sure that they have first choice of those trailers, and people that had minimum damage, put a trailer in the front of their homes. They could work at night and come in the day and work on their homes. But no, they give them to the defense force, who's abusing their privilege. They give them to the police force that are harassing, stealing, and robbing. And Abaco people are still out in the elements. Defense force, this is a good exercise for them to show that they're military man. Get them in a tent. Don't say you can put me no dome, no tent. Put the defense force in there. That is what they sign on for. Give it to the people that need it the most. Abaco, people that has been affected by this hurricane, it's getting less and less and less. I told y'all, during my election, went to jail because I speak to y'all, speak for y'all, got my car burned down because I speak for y'all. So truthful, so fearless, so fearful, so intelligent, without fear or favor. I told y'all, you're going to see more of the back of your MP than you see the front. We've been seeing more of the back of you with big pit bull head than we saw the front. Darren came in doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, Darren Cusson told me, why does Darren have to have a meeting and we got used to nobody having a meeting? Nobody had no meeting in 30 years. He go and do what he want to do. I said, don't compare Darren with Hubert Ingram. Darren was never MP. Hubert is MP. No excuse, but don't do the comparison. But he's doing the same thing. He's a minister, and he haven't brought one shingle back. I still have political clout. I've got to decide what they're going to do. We have the Haitians in the mud. They can vote anywhere. I'll tell you one thing. Wherever Kai Mills go, those brothers going to go with Kai. I'm their only hope because the PLP throw him out, the F&M throw him out, but Kai Mills live among them, and Kai will see them through. Kai Case. I told y'all, Kai Case. And I'm still here while we're still seeing the Backside MP. Vote for Kai. Don't be shy.